A common discussion that happens in the anime community is what is the most important aspect of an anime. Some people say story, some people say characters, some people say animation, and some people say sound. And well, some also will say enjoyment, but I think that's a little silly because enjoyment just kind of takes the overall package into your own enjoyment, so I don't really count that as being part of the discussion. But those four things are generally what is favored. Some people will say one and some people say the other. For myself, I truly believe animation is the most important aspect of an anime, and I think I'll do a video on the entire discussion at some point. But the reason I say animation is the most important aspect for anime is why would we come to anime and not another medium? We can get a horror story somewhere else, we can get a sci-fi, we can get an action, adventure, fantasy, romance, whatever you want, you can find in other mediums, be it live action television series, movies, video games, whatever it is, whatever type of story you want. It doesn't have to be an anime for it to work. So why would we come to anime? Well, animation, in my opinion, allows for a lot of creativity and freedom to express a story, a character, or your sound in a different way than in other mediums. Such as, even though video games themselves have animation, that's not all it is. The gameplay is also a big part of what makes video games work. Flip Flappers, in my opinion, 100% encompasses what I believe anime stands for, and that is it uses the animation to tell the story. Yes, it has great characters and goals with its story of each world being its own thing, and it has very clever writing with themes underneath it, with, sexual desires and experiencing who you truly are. But the animation is what makes it work, and the fact that the director is an art director, this is like his first time actually being full-on director. He always has done animation and art direction before this. It goes to show why the direction in the actual visuals works as well as it does. Because the expression and detail and everything really brings each episode to life. This week's episode was a mixture of horror and also romance, which is amazing to me, because last week I thought it was going to be like a mechanical world as we saw all the gears in the clock tower in the preview last week, but what actually was happening was it was a time loop where they get sucked into this world. There's these weird creepy girls with like no faces, and I have to say they were legitimately creepy, like 100%. They got me a little spooked. Not scared, because I don't get scared of any sort of fiction, as I feel like horror really is the real world stuff, but you can get creeped out and have these spooky aspects in any sort of medium. But they were creepy. They were the designs and how they're all in your face, like it was actually a little freaky. But the fact of the matter was that they are all trapped, Paprika, Coconut, and even her friend Yayaka, were all trapped in this, and every time it hit 11 rings, it would reset and they would relive the same thing time and time again, while also having these romantic feelings of getting hot and bothered. And the Yuri implied romance was very, very prominent this episode. I mean, we literally have Boo, the robot, literally have the two female signs kind of linked together, and then it goes into the whole Coconut and Paprika sucking on each other's fingers and things like that. Like, they were really going all in with the implied Yuri, which I don't think they were just doing just because this world is just getting them hot and bothered. I feel like it gets their true emotions out and just makes them embrace it instead of hiding it. So I do think there is some sort of underlining love between the two, which I'll be interested if they go all out, because back in the rabbit world where they're turning into bunny girls, there was also implied embracing who you are, not hiding your true sexual desires kind of thing. Like, each episode has a lot of underlining tones to it. So I do think there is more than just them doing the Yuri implied romance for just fan service reasons. I do think there is a legitimate romance going on between them. It'll be interesting if they go past that. But the entire episode was about them having to escape this, and the way they use the animation to really get the aspect of this is a creepy scenario, this is freaky, it really goes to show why this works. Because if you were to take it into, say, live action television, the way they would have to use camera movements, it's possible, but it wouldn't have the same impact as animation does. And that's why I think this is why we watch anime, because even if you like the story and characters more, the animation is what makes it work, as there's so much freedom you can do, and Flip Flappers in its entirety is creative and different from most things. Each world is unique and different, and though it does reference things in pretty much every episode, I mean, there was even a Shining reference in this episode, it is its own unique beast. And back in the fall 2013 anime season, an anime by the name of Kyoso Giga aired by Toei Animation, and I think it's one of the best anime to ever exist. The reason I like it so much is it's so creative with this folklore Japanese tales that it would tell, but the animation was just so different and unique and was beautiful. It just captivated me from episode 1 all the way up to the final episode. In my opinion, if Flip Flappers can continue on the path it is, where I feel like each episode gets better and better each week as it builds upon this world, the characters, the themes, and the actual kind of embracing who you are message, and this kind of overarching goal of growing up and maturing, if it can continue throughout the entire 12 episodes, I think this is going to be one of my favorite anime of all time. I think it will be tied with Kyoso Giga, which is in my top 10. I love this anime. Each week I get up here and discuss how good it is. I think each episode improves on the last and just is creative in each world that we go to. And by the looks of next week's preview, it looks like it's going to be some sort of game world, like it's this party room or something like that. That's what I'm getting from it. That I'm assuming that this world will just kind of go into your mentality and form a room or something like that, and you'll have like this playroom or something like that. But I love what it's going for with how creative it is, how it uses the animation to build on everything, but also the characters, Paprika and Coconut, and everything here is just so interesting. They're growing, they're progressing, and you have to question, are they actually on the right side? Because I wouldn't be surprised if the side that Yaika is actually on is the good side, or if both sides are corrupt, because I don't believe Paprika and Coconut are fighting on a good side. I think they are corrupt in their own unique way, but I think ultimately by the end, once they have enough of these stones, Paprika and Coconut are going to wish for it to just go away or something like that, or they will stop it. I don't see a dark end in sight. I do think there will be darker things. I mean, look at this episode. It was fairly creepy with, Yuri horror romance going on there. It was really weird, but I do think there is going to be a positive end for it, but I do think it will go a bit twisted later on. But overall, this episode was fantastic. I love it so damn much. This is why it's my anime of the season. Every week, this is the anime I'm looking forward to the most. I love this season, but this is what I'm always excited for. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you think of this episode, and how do you think next week's going to go down? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, hit that like button if you did enjoy the video. If you're new to the channel, also be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.